It's Just So Trish, and today I'm going to talk about a term you might know or be familiar with if you are using Charlotte Mason, or maybe you're not, but we're going to talk about twaddle. So here we go. Twaddle is a term coined by Charlotte Mason that is considered useless reading. Before you get, I understand. I grew up on twaddle. And it really just has to do with the value is so watered down, it's not worth the time. Spend the time in really good reading books. So that is my definition of twaddle. I was a little bit like, I love the Robinson curriculum. I kind of have a video on just how I would use it in a kind of revised way, is right here. And it talks about just the value of books. And because of that, I found a lot of books that have been just phenomenal, phenomenal quality. Content is huge. I mean, I think my children age in maturity and character like years just within one book. Because of that, I went on a twaddle diet and I eliminated all things that felt like twaddle. Well, when you read high quality books within their reading level, and most of them are 100 years old, these look like big time twaddle. Big time twaddle. I'm not going to lie. This wouldn't even make the mark a twaddle. Wouldn't make the mark. And so I went through and I got rid of all of my illustrated books, you know, like the Child's Illustrated Classics, the Illustrated Classics. I got rid of all of my Magic School Treehouse. I got rid of a lot of books because my daughter was reading all of these fantastic books. I'm like, why consume my shelves with these books? Well, fast forward a couple kids later. I have a son who finally learned to read in 3rd grade. Talking from no reading to the ability to read. I can give him workbooks and he will read and do his workbooks. I will give him this and he would read it. He would read it and do the work. He will read. Will he sit and read a book? Sure. If it's one of these to his brother. Anything that has like that many pages, forget it. Forget it. So it's been hard trying to find books for him to read and to get him to like get interest in the book so that he can absorb it and love it like a movie. He has no interest. The idea of it is just no, has no care. We're 4th grade. I'm like, we should be caring. So somebody had posted on Facebook on one of these, on the Robinson curriculum. And it was a discussion like, what do you guys think? My kid brought home the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. What do I do? And a couple of the moms were like, okay, yes, it's not great. It's not fantastic. But my kid finally fell in love with reading. Thank you to A Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And there's only so many, so they'll run right through them and they'll be done. And it really kind of brought home to me. I was like, I need to put, there's different thinkings. There's different, like, this is top-notch reading material. This is awesome. If that's you, I'm not being rude or judgmental. There's thinking that's, you don't need this, we'll give you... There's thinking like, give them something like this. And even this is kind of fluff compared. If you give it to them, it's a higher reading capacity. They'll learn to love it. And they'll learn to read because they'll find it interesting. You need to be mindfully invoking. I get that too. Then there's others that are like, give them this. This is awesome. It'll get them to where they're going. So what has changed for me Sorry for the shake. What has changed for me is that I realized some children go, well, think about it on feeding babies. Will go from milk, from breastfeeding to a sippy cup, or to a cup. And in fact, that's never happened for me either with my children. I don't know. I don't have those kids. But there's some children that can go from learning to read, reading a few little mini chapter books, then jump into reading really enriched literature. And seeing that happen with my first child, I thought that would happen for everybody. No. So I kind of consider I am encouraging and allowing the twaddle, for the simple fact that it is like baby food. It's baby food. It's baby food for the steak and potatoes of literature. It's baby food. Will I let them stay here very long? No. But this, yes, I'm sure there's great I'm certain that there's wonderful moral content in here. I get it. But at the same time, looking for another book. At the same time, you ought to read some of the classics. You ought to read some of these books written from 1901 on Google. They are insane. They are fantastic. They are enriching. They are moral characters. What it can accomplish in 10 pages, this book doesn't touch. Just saying. It has been humorous. My son enjoyed it. He read it cover to cover in the period of 2 days. Fantastic. What I'm doing is training him to read a book cover to cover. So, dealing with twaddle, I'm allowing it back in, but I'm thankful I'm not allowing it in my library at home. I'm allowing it to be checked out so that we can borrow them and give them back. We don't need them in the house. So that's finally kind of where I stood on it. I've been doing a lot. This has been a journey dealing with twaddle, because at first all books were rape books. Especially when you didn't grow up on good literature, you don't have the ability to discern between the flavors of literature, if you know what I mean. So it has been a growing process for me. And then trying to find my balance of, do I build a library at home, or do I just check them out? Or do I even allow them? So I've come to a new point where it's like, you know what? They're okay. I see them for what they are. And I know there's whole curriculums based on these. I know. But you know what? We actually enjoy the books on audio for this the best. And I will tell you, we've listened to almost all of them. The books on audio. Because it's entertaining. It's really entertaining. And we do learn from it. So, anyways, that's my thing. Do you let twaddle in the house? Give me a thumbs. How should we do it? Okay. Twaddle in your home library. Yes is a thumbs up. No is a thumbs down. So, no twaddle in my library. Here we go. Twaddle in my library. Here we go. Trish, I think you're crazy to consider that twaddle. Give me a thumbs up. Trish, I'm with you. I don't like twaddle. We are firmly a babe. Give me a thumbs down. So, I'm kind of like in the middle. If you're in the middle, just leave me a ton of comments. So, just a thinking, food for thought, a little twaddle conversation from a very marginal Charlotte Mason mama. Yeah, I'll have to talk about that too. If I ever do get that video out about me and Charlotte Mason, I'll put it there. Until then, it's not there. So, anyways, I'll talk to you later.